Beneath London's historic streets, where tourists snap selfies and buses rumble past royal landmarks, lies a world almost no one talks about, a world carved in silence, sealed in concrete and shrouded in mystery. Officially, it's just infrastructure, old war bunkers, abandoned tube lines, the remnants of a forgotten mail train system. But if you believe the theories, and many do, there's much more hiding under the capital. Secret government tunnels. Covert MI6 hideouts. Alien containment labs. And even ancient underground bases rumored to house reptilian elites and interdimensional portals. It sounds like science fiction. It should be science fiction. But in a city with over 2,000 years of layered history, anything buried deep enough can stay hidden for a very long time. So, how much of it is real? How much is rumor? And what exactly is going on beneath the feet of 9 million unsuspecting Londoners? Let's head underground and find out. Beneath the chaotic surface of London streets lies a shadow city, one that most people never see, yet it hums with history, secrecy, and strange echoes of the past. While conspiracy theorists love to speculate about reptilian bunkers and alien holding cells, let's start with what we know exists. And even that's mysterious enough to raise eyebrows. Take the Mail Rail, for example, a forgotten underground train system built in 1927 to carry letters and parcels across the city without ever surfacing. For nearly 80 years, it silently zipped beneath the capital, unseen and unknown to most Londoners. Then there are the Churchill War Rooms, the subterranean nerve center from which Britain's wartime leaders orchestrated their resistance against Nazi Germany. Thick concrete, maze-like corridors, and maps that haven't been touched since the 1940s make it feel less like a museum and more like a time capsule. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. London's underground is riddled with disused tube stations, some of which have been sealed off for decades. Others, like Aldwych and Down Street, are rumored to have been repurposed for VIP evacuations or secret government projects. During World War II, entire bunkers were built below ground to shelter officials, archive documents, and ensure that, in the event of a nuclear strike, at least someone could keep the wheels of power turning. These aren't rumors, they're documented, mapped, and in some cases, even traceable. Yet their eerie silence and the deliberate secrecy that once surrounded them naturally fuel the question, if this is what's admitted, what's still hidden? While the Mail Rail and wartime bunkers are fascinating in their own right, they also serve as a sort of gateway drug for conspiracy theorists, proof that the government can build massive underground projects without the public knowing for decades. And that's where things get intriguing. Whispers have long circulated about the so-called Whitehall tunnels, a rumored labyrinth beneath central London connecting key government buildings, 10, Downing Street, the Foreign Office, Parliament, even Buckingham Palace. These tunnels supposedly allow senior officials to move unseen during times of crisis, or, as some claim, during less innocent activities. Some of the more persistent theories revolve around MI6, Britain's Foreign Intelligence Service. While their official headquarters at Vauxhall Cross looks like something out of a Bond film, and it is, theorists argue that the real operations don't happen there, but far below it. They suggest that deep beneath the building lies a classified command hub, complete with secure tunnels branching out to embassies, hidden safe houses, and interrogation rooms that never see the light of day. Then there's Pinder, the alleged government crisis center buried somewhere beneath Whitehall. Its exact location and structure remain classified. Officially, it's meant to be a wartime coordination center in case of a national emergency. Unofficially, some claim it's an underground fortress capable of withstanding nuclear attacks, staffed around the clock by elite personnel, and possibly equipped to monitor the entire city in real time. What fuels these claims isn't just paranoia, it's the breadcrumbs. Declassified files that mention emergency tunnels but black out the blueprints. Maintenance crews who report being redirected in mysterious ways. Construction workers who claim they were sworn to secrecy after stumbling into the wrong corridor. The narrative that unfolds is one of duality, the London you walk through by day, and the London that operates in silence below your feet. The deeper you dig, the more it feels like the truth isn't just buried, it's buried on purpose. If secret government tunnels spark suspicion, then the real rabbit hole begins when you ask what's inside them. For some theorists, it's not just politicians and spies lurking underground, but something far more otherworldly. One of the wildest and most persistent claims is that alien lifeforms, or the remnants of them, are being stored deep beneath London in hidden containment facilities. These aren't just dusty sci-fi fantasies, either. Some believers point to alleged secret rooms beneath the British Museum, arguing that certain artifacts on display are in fact alien tech, subtly reinterpreted as ancient relics. According to these theorists, the museum connects to a sealed-off underground zone, where government scientists conduct experiments far from prying eyes. And then there are the portals, yes, actual interdimensional gateways. The most talked about is supposedly located beneath King's Cross Station, a spot already loaded with myth thanks to its Harry Potter associations. Some claim that the strange electromagnetic readings and unusual underground construction in the area are signs of a controlled anomaly, a thin spot in the fabric of reality. Others point to areas like Blackfriars or Highgate Hill, where weird underground hums, mysterious lights, and sudden security lockdowns have been reported, described by some as the result of portal activity or containment breaches. According to these fringe thinkers, London isn't just sitting on tunnels, it's sitting on something much older and more powerful. Ancient energy lines. Dimensional rifts. Alien tech embedded into the very structure of the city, guarded by agencies the public has never even heard of. Sound insane? Sure. But here's the thing, London is full of sealed doors in tube stations, unmarked elevators, and staircases that lead nowhere. The city's age and layered construction make it a perfect hiding place for things the government, or something else, might not want found. So, maybe those flickering lights in the underground aren't just electrical faults. Maybe that out-of-service platform really is off-limits for a reason. And maybe, just maybe, someone, or something, is waiting down there. Just when you think it can't get any stranger than alien portals and time rifts, along slithers perhaps the most infamous urban legend of all, the lizard people. Yes, the theory that an ancient race of shape-shifting reptilian beings secretly rules the world isn't just a tinfoil hat meme, it's deeply entwined with the mythology of London's underground. According to believers, these reptilian overlords didn't just arrive from space, they've been here for thousands of years, living beneath our cities in massive subterranean lairs. And London? It's supposedly their capital. The theory goes that hidden beneath places like the City of London, Bank Station, and even Buckingham Palace, are secret chambers where the reptilian elite gather, sometimes in human form, sometimes not. These creatures, said to be part of a species called the Draconians, allegedly manipulate world governments, economies, and even royal bloodlines. Queen Elizabeth II, according to some fringe theorists, wasn't just a monarch, she was a high-ranking lizard in disguise. Now, what makes London such a hotspot for this theory isn't just the royalty or politics, it's the architecture beneath the surface. Ancient Roman ruins, pagan temples, and megalithic structures lie under the city's foundations, some of which remain unexplored or mysteriously off-limits. Conspiracy circles argue that these sites are entrances to underground reptilian strongholds, complete with bioengineered environments and high-tech surveillance. Stories abound of maintenance workers disappearing after stumbling into unauthorized tunnels. There are tales of strange symbols etched into hidden walls, cold drafts where no air should flow, and eerie, reptile-like eyes glimpsed just before a flashlight cuts out. In one of the more chilling accounts, a Londoner swears he was chased out of a forgotten tube shaft by a tall, cloaked figure with flickering, inhuman pupils. It's the stuff of nightmares, but in a city this old, with layers upon layers of buried history and secrets, it's not hard to see why the imagination runs wild. Whether a metaphor for control and surveillance or a literal belief in cold-blooded puppet masters, the lizard people narrative taps into something primal, the fear that the real rulers aren't the ones we see on TV, but the ones lurking beneath our feet. By now, the lines between verified history and unverified mystery are looking more like a spiderweb than a straight path. London's underground world is a perfect breeding ground for theories, some supported by whispers and documents, others born purely from the human love of the unknown. But how do we separate the truth from the theatrical? Let's start with what's undeniable: there are secret tunnels under London. That's not up for debate. From the well-documented Churchill War Rooms to the long-forgotten Kingsway Exchange tunnels, London's underbelly is crisscrossed with emergency bunkers, command centers, and disused tube lines. The Mail Rail, hidden in plain sight for nearly a century, is proof enough that even large-scale subterranean projects can remain secret for decades. Then there are the classified fragments, declassified government documents with large portions blacked out, referring vaguely to civil contingency facilities or subterranean transport networks for emergency relocation. What's being redacted? And why? Yet, for every crumb of credible information, there's a towering heap of hearsay. Alleged photos of alien tunnels are often blurry or digitally altered. Eyewitness accounts of reptilian sightings tend to come from anonymous forums or late-night YouTube videos. Even stories from supposed ex-government insiders usually lack verifiable details, and the deeper you dig, the harder it gets to tell if they're blowing whistles or just spinning yarns. But maybe the point isn't to prove every story true. Maybe it's about what these stories reveal, about our distrust of power, our fascination with the hidden, and our deep-rooted belief that there's always more than meets the eye. After all, London is a city built on layers. Roman ruins buried beneath Norman castles, Victorian steamworks buried under 21st-century skyscrapers. It's almost poetic to imagine that its final layer, the one we'll never fully uncover, is a secret world of tunnels, plots, and possibilities. So, is there a secret government bunker below your favorite cafe? A reptilian stronghold beneath Parliament? A shimmering portal deep under King's Cross? Well, maybe not. But in a city like London, where history whispers from every brick and the shadows run deeper than the Thames, it's not hard to believe that something strange is still waiting, just below the surface. London is a city of secrets, but perhaps its deepest ones aren't hidden in classified files or guarded bunkers, but right beneath our feet. From documented war rooms and abandoned railways to whispered tales of reptilian royalty and alien vaults, the stories that swirl around London's underground reveal more than just paranoia. They reflect our fascination with the unseen, the forgotten, and the deliberately concealed. Some of it is proven. Some of it is probable. And some of it is wildly improbable. But in a city built on ruins, myths, and power, the truth doesn't always wear a name tag. Maybe there really are covert tunnels connecting ministries. Maybe strange things have been buried and hidden away. Or maybe the real power of these theories lies in what they force us to ask. Who decides what stays underground, and why? Until more doors open, or more maps are leaked, London's underground will remain what it's always been. A labyrinth of history, mystery, and the perfect place to hide the unbelievable.
Fire